Hi everybody, Jessica here from Preferred Physical Therapy, where we help people 40 and over stay active and independent, live free from painkillers, and avoid surgery. Thanks for joining me for today's video, where I will be discussing a little bit about stretching to kind of go along with the stretches we've been doing in the month of February. Today I will be talking a little bit more specifically about should you be stretching before and after exercises. Some people just say, I don't have time for stretching. Is it really necessary? And that's kind of what I want to dive into today. We're going to talk a little bit specifically about stretching before your exercises. This is something that a lot of people don't think about doing. They just want to go straight into their exercises. It's the question of, is it necessary for me to stretch before? Can I just do it after? You could. There's validity to both. Stretching before helps you warm up your muscles. So instead of doing more of a static stretch that people think of as stretching, like sitting on the floor and doing a hamstring stretch, maybe a more dynamic stretch like leg kicks, as I've done in a previous video, is a little more applicable in this situation because it helps your muscles warm up versus stretching out the muscle. There has been some studies that show that static stretching actually can hinder your performance during activity if you're doing something more power related or velocity related, where you want that power and you want that strength. The static stretches actually can reduce that amount of power that you have in those muscles. So something more like those dynamic warm-ups, taking a little bit of a walk, doing those leg kicks or leg swings can be a little more beneficial as it doesn't stretch those muscles out and take away your power production. So if you're thinking about stretching before, something like that might be a little better for you. As far as stretching after, we really like stretching after you do your activity also, because the best time to do a more static stretch versus in the beginning is actually at the end of your exercise, where your muscles are already warmed up. And studies have shown that you do stretch your muscles better when those muscles are warm, when you have already done activity, when they are a little bit more blood flow to the area. You get more benefit out of doing your more static stretches then. So it's kind of up to you and what your activity is. If you're considering doing something more like yoga or Pilates, where you want more range of motion before you go into your exercise, you can do those static stretches as they do help your range of motion, and that might help your performance in your yoga class or Pilates class. But if you're doing something more like plyometrics, maybe you don't want to do the static stretches at the beginning and you want to do something more dynamic. Either way, at the end, you probably want to do your static stretches. You want to do those stretches when it is most beneficial, when you're nice and warm. Thank you. I hope that gave you a little bit of information, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.